Hey everybody, welcome to Planes Overhead, and we are continuing with our A320 series, and we are heading into the last videos possible. And right now today we are going to do fuel system, and disclaimer is the same: do not use any of this information that you're learning on this course in your practical application. Please always refer to your manuals. Now fuel system is something that I want to tell you guys is very dynamic in terms that it differs from aircraft type to aircraft type. In case of, if you're flying a 319, it's different, 320 is different, 321 is different, the neos are different, and even the fuel capacities are different for each aircraft. And in fact the same type has different fuel capacities. So a rough figure I would say is 19 tons that the whole fuel system can supply. That is for the 320 family. But anyway, I wouldn't give you any figures on the fuel system. You just refer to your manuals. So the fuel system stores fuels in the tanks, pretty obvious, yes. Supplies fuels in correct quantities to the fuel tanks during refueling. Supplies fuel to the engines and the APU, very important. Circulates fuel to cool the IDG and keeps the fuel in the outer tanks for wings, wing bending and flutter relief. Okay. And the main fuel pump system supply fuel from the center tank or the inner wing tanks to the engines. So there are 6 main fuel pumps. Some aircraft may have 4, and there'll be a different system altogether, so please refer to your manual for that. So I'm talking about 6 main fuel pumps, and the fuel is delivered from the center tank and the inner tank. So this is how the system looks like. So what is happening, these are the pumps here: 1 2 1 2 1 2, the left inner tank, right inner tank, outer tank and the center tank. So there are 6 pumps in all, and this goes to the engine. This is the cross feed valve, which is used to cross feed between the wings. And most important thing, APU has also its own pump in case there's no pressure provided by the left tank pumps. APU is provided fuel from the left tank, very important to note. Okay, now these are transfer valves here. In case inner tank goes low to below level of 750 kilos, these transfer valves open automatically and the fuel from the outer tank flows into the inner tank. Okay, and there are refueling valves across, and it is generally mostly refueled from the right side, but there are valves across the whole tanks, all the tanks. Okay, and there's defuel and transfer valve as well. It automatically helps in refueling and defueling in case you need to remove some fuel. Okay, and these are sequence valves which actually maintain the sequence of usage of the fuel. We'll discuss it in the coming slide. So some important points: tanks empty in the following sequence. So the first, center tanks get empty, the inner tanks which empty down to 750 kilos, outer tanks fuel transfers into the inner tanks. So outer tanks has no pumps or anything. It is only for avoiding fluttering of the wings. So when the inner tanks reaches down to 750 kilos, the outer tank fuel moves into the inner tank, but the center tank pump fuel is used first. Now, most important, I'll discuss in another slide as well. If the slats are extended or the wing tanks are full, the center tank pumps will not run at any time in the auto mode, but the center tank pumps will always run in the manual mode. We'll talk about this in the next slide specifically. As I said, the transfer valves will automatically open when the inner tank fuel reaches a low level, that is the 750 kilos, thus enabling the fuel to drain from the outer to inner tanks. The fuel density across the 320 family is 0.785 kilograms per liter, and some of the fuel supplied to each engine goes to cool the oil systems of the integrated drive generators. It then returns to the fuel pump unit or to the outer tank. Okay, very important. The some of the fuel is also used in the IDG. A cross-feed valve controlled by a double motor allows both engines to be fed from one side or one engine to be fed from both sides. As I just showed you the cross-feed valve. So this is a very unique and helpful valve. You can feed this engine from this tank, or this engine from both the tanks, or this engine from both the tanks, or the opposite tank. Okay. Now refueling. As I mentioned in the previous slides, it is generally done from the right wing. Generally, if it is installed, it can be done from the left wing as well. And aircraft can be refueled only when battery power is available. Very important point, also asked regularly. The wing tanks can be refueled by gravity. From the top of the wing there are uh, places where you can refuel the uh, wing tanks from the top of the wing. Refueling is automatic and begins with outer cells followed by the center tank. So the outer cells move the fuel into the inner tanks, and once the inner tanks are full then it moves to the center tank. So the tanks, wing tanks, are filled first, and then the center tank, if required, gets filled automatically. Approximate fueling time for at nominal pressure is 17 minutes for wing tanks and 20 minutes for all the tanks, that is inclusive of the center tank. Now this is the diagram I was talking about, the slat, the logic diagram for slats and wing tanks with respect to the center pump usage. As you can see here, the center tank pumps will not run anytime in the auto mode. Now this is the mode selector here. There are two in this. There's auto and there's manual. So we are more interested in auto. Whenever it is in manual, if the center tank pumps are on, these buttons, they will run irrespective of the conditions. But when it is in auto, the center tank pumps will actually stop when the inner tank cells are full or the slats are extended. This is one condition from here. And there is no engine start, of course, because if there's no engine start, the center tank pump is not going to run. And 2 minutes after engine start, either of these conditions, if one condition from here and one condition from here satisfy, and then it's an OR gate again, it stops. The center tank pump stops. Or of course the center tank has low level. If the center tank has low level, then after 5 minutes it will automatically stop. So this logic diagram is very important. So now slats extended, this means in reference to your takeoff and landing. That is the place where you will be using slats. Now why this is done is very important to note. Slats, during takeoff you want the wing tanks to feed. Why? Because center tanks are at a lower level than the engines itself. So in case of any contamination in the center tank, they will not be able to supply to the engine. So hence the wing tank will, and also with the gravity, the wing tank will be able to supply to the engine. Since center tank has maximum contamination because it's at the bottom of the all the wing tanks, so a lot of contamination will settle down in center tank pumps, center tank fuel tank. So hence, if you provide the contaminated fuel to the engine, the engine might actually give up. So hence at takeoff or landing, center tank pumps are off when the slats are extended. These are the conditions. All right, I hope you have understood that. If any doubts, just comment below. And this is what the overhead panel looks like. Pretty simple, it's just the same one. So this is the mode selector here, center tank pumps off and on buttons, and right tank pumps, left tank pumps. This is the cross feed. If you open it, the fuel will be running from either side of the tanks in case of if you want to balance fuel in the air or etc. Alright, so these are the quiz links, guys. You'll find them on the description as well, and all the A320 links are on the second link given here. Alright then, that's all, yeah, for the fuel system. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like the video. Give it a thumbs up for sure, and do not forget to share this video. Comment below if you have any doubts. I will surely get back. You can find me on the following links on YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, and email. And the fuel system is something that is very dynamic, as I told you at the start of the video. So please prepare it more in depth from the FCOM specific to your aircraft in terms of capacities and other type of fuel system that is installed, like jet pumps are there. So these are all different systems, so which I have not really discussed because it will create a lot of confusion. Alright, any other doubts, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.